Ich bin. Ich? No. Ich. Gross. Sehr gross. Sehr gross. Sehr. Oh, so there's masculine, feminine, and neutral words. Can't be that bad. Die Eule ist sehr nett und klug. Welche Sprachen sprichst du? Ah, joggt. Nein. Jogged. I just hit my first ever 30-day streak on Duolingo learning Deutsch. I've never used Duolingo before and I only speak English, so I thought one day when I woke up, why not learn a new language, as I feel like most of us do one day in our lives. Why German? I would like to know why I chose German too. I figured why not, it's a widely spoken language in Europe and also I have a close friend that is German who I can practice with. I'm not gonna lie, when I downloaded this app I had no expectations because I'd never used it before and I very quickly found out how addictive it is. The first week I had Duolingo, I was literally on it for hours on end and I just couldn't put it down. And to be honest, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing because it kind of replaced my social media TikTok scrolling, so at least I was learning. And to be honest, at this point I wasn't really sure how serious I was about learning a language, so I was kind of just seeing how long I'd do it before I stopped. But I made it to 30 days and I never actually recall it being like forced or it didn't feel like work because I always wanted to do it. And it's probably something to do with the way Duolingo works. It feels a lot like a game. You get XP when you finish challenges or lessons and you also get rewards like gems and double XP for 15 minutes and things like that. It really gives you an incentive to keep playing. In terms of my German, I didn't know anything before I started Duolingo. I didn't even know how to say German in German. So you can probably imagine the shock I had when I realized that there's so much to learning German, much beyond what I thought. Like I showed at the start of the video, I struggled a lot with pronouncing certain letters and sounds like the R sound in German. I just couldn't imagine what was happening in your mouth to make that sound because English doesn't have it. And also coming from English, we don't have masculine, feminine and neutral words, so that was a really new aspect as well. And also the fact that you have literally a million ways to say the. But after about 2 weeks of using Duolingo, I was able to say simple things like Wo ist die Speisekarte and Wie geht's and Meine Schwester ist sehr nett. Things like that. And that felt good enough for me to want to carry on and keep learning. So during the next 2 weeks of learning Duolingo, I did some research to find out the best ways to learn a language, since now I felt a little bit more committed. Something I was struggling with was like the ordering of sentences, and I guess that all comes under like German grammar. But from people's advice on the internet, they just kind of say ignore the grammar and just listen to people's conversations and expose yourself to the language as much as possible. One thing I did do is change my Stardew Valley into German, and I feel like this is the best game that you can do that with because all of it is dialogue between characters and they're going to be familiar phrases that you encounter in actual conversation. And at the moment that would be my goal, just to be able to conversate with people. So the following 2 weeks of Duolingo was with a bit more exposure to German in general, and I feel like it helped, but I can't say yet because it's only been 2 weeks. However, 30 days in, I have reached section 2 and just about finishing unit 3, and this is still all within the A1 level of learning a language. But I do feel like I'm able to make more interesting sentences or string them together a bit better. Hallo, ich heiße Maya, ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch. Ich komme aus Manchester und ich mache gerne videos for YouTube. As you can see, I still have a very long way to go, but I'm pretty happy with the progress that I've made so far. But if you like this video, I'll consider making an update video on my progress, maybe at 60 days or even 100, and I'll post it on here. But other than that, vielen Dank und tschüss!